Ontario.
It's a big deal in Canada.
It really, really is, though.
To be honest, nowadays, like, you can hear about a show for the first time in your life and like, oh, it's real popular, and it's like when it's 12th season, the way the streaming works.
Oh yeah, Letterkenny's like 10
I-
seasons in.
Oh yeah, Letterkenny I've heard a lot about.
Yeah. So it's a spin-off called Shoresy, and it's literally just the other character in there.
He goes to Sudbury. It's hilarious.
Oh my god, it's so good. I'd put my bare ass on the big nickel for you. I would. Oh man,
In
Yeah,
case
I
you
gotta
didn't know,
watch
in
it.
Sudbury they have a giant nickel.
big
That's where
giant
their
nickel.
nickel mines are.
In case you don't know what a nickel is, it's 5 cents.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Look,
did know that.
Tyler,
In
they also
case
have
you don't
nickels.
know what a nickel is, it's a metal.
Ours just has a beaver on it.
Well, there you go.
It's kind of disgusting.
That's kind of rude.
If I had a nickel for every reference I didn't understand, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's
Beavers
weird that it
aside.
happened twice.
We have, let's see.
It'd be weird that it
Everybody
only
in.
happened twice.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make another reference.
I know.
Now you have 3 nickels. Sorry.
Phineas Scissors. Sorry.
Let's see.
For the record, this is just for the recording as well as the broadcast I'm doing right now. For those confused by the title, wondering what the hell happened to Game 15, due to circumstances beyond my control, I was not able to record or stream last week's game. So that's why we're jumping to Game 16 as opposed to Game 15. So that just to answer your question. For those just
So remember to go and check out episode 15 whenever you have a chance.
Which will be never.
Which will be never.
Well, in light of that, I have everybody here. So, I mean, you guys should be honored. Me and Eddie started playing Baldur's Gate 3, so
Oh, fuck, so good.
Oh,
he
fuck
pulled
yeah.
himself away from that. And I didn't want to either.
I've been meaning to pick
So-
that up.
Very proud of you guys. Very proud.
So where we left off is here with that map in front of you. What we have is the party exited or fought essentially a spellcaster, a Malvolge, who came through the portal to the prison where you were from here. And in doing so, you guys were locked in a fun little combat, which you won. And as the cosmonaut Weird was using its own life energy to sustain the portal, you ran through the portal and ended up here in this desert style area. Specifically, some of you are more familiar with the desert like materials than others, Kashoot being one of them. And you found shortly after you came through, the portal failed, losing power, and in some way not able to sustain it. So you looked around here, and you found to the north a chamber with some urns. There was a substantial amount of exploration up there. The urns and some work tables that could be used to hold some tools, and a central bench about humanoid size. And to the south, a cell of sorts where this man named Braden has been held. And he caught you guys up with a couple updates. The long and short of it, without going super deep, is that you are now on a different planet. And a short time ago, the person who you've kind of learned the name of, Lomric, is the commander of this outpost as well as whatever's through the portal. And he came through and with some forces prior to Braden being here, but he has learned. And they are running a semi-secretive outpost here, that being Lomric and the Claven Guards. Braden and his brother have been supplying this outpost from a nearby city called Zelargos, and they kind of make a round trip type thing where they depart from Zelargos, supply a couple smaller settlements, and then make their way back around. They stop here, though no one knows it, to supply these guys. On their last run, Lomric took Braden hostage, demanding that they turn around, though they had just left Zelargos for a long round-robin trip, and take Lomric back to Zelargos, taking Braden prisoner or hostage, saying that they would be paid once he took Lomric to Zelargos. The intention, as he said, was to find someone capable of repairing the gate so that he could stabilize it and get back to the prison and whatever he was doing there. And Braden has been here since. He is guessing that his brother will be coming back. He lets you know that this is a world that is familiar with these gates. There are numerous of them in the city of Zelargos, but they are all controlled by what he called the coteries, which are you're getting as there wasn't a lot of information discussed, but you from the impression you guys walked away with, he seemed to be referring to maybe guilds, gangs, some organized group. And the last thing he said was that this gate is previously undiscovered. No one knows about it. And someone, I think it was Mars or Hazel, I don't honestly remember, asked, can the gates go to multiple locations? And the answer is theoretically yes. It is possible to do it, but the knowledge of how to do it has been lost. Whether it's actually possible, no one knows. So the legends are, yes, any gate can connect to any gate if you know how to do it, but the knowledge of how to operate these gates has been lost, suggesting that these gates aren't easily created or are very old. But in theory, yes. But in reality and practicality, where the gates are connected to is where they're connected to. No one, at least as far as Braden is aware, as a trader, no one knows how to change it. And it is so. If a gate goes to a prison planet, that's where the gate goes. So that's where we left off. The last thing we did was take a long rest. So, does anybody have any quick questions for me at all?
I forgot to ask if I could, ask the robot if I could give him a new name.
He is, in terms, give me 1 second, my headset's beeping, I need to plug this in real quick.
Alright.
As soon as we start our game, headset, battery. What do you mean by new name?
A different name, because BR and 3R is a bit much to say.
His colloquial name is Burner.
Okay.
But if you're looking to give him a new designation, you would need to reprogram him. At least reprogram
okay.
that part of him. It could be done. It would involve a check, and so you would be trying to essentially reprogram him in the same way as an artificer. You would be using some of your abilities, and we could there'd be a tinker tool or something along that way. And if you failed the check by 5 or more, you could hypothetically destroy him.
Oh well, never mind then. I don't want to risk destroying him. Well, Burner is fine.
It'd be one of those things where you would want to get tools in a workshop to ensure you have maximum bonuses and advantage and so forth.
Okay, if he answers to Burner, then that's fine. That's good.
And the rest of you,
I'm good.
any questions?
I think I'm okay.
None so far.
All right. Well, you essentially took a long rest here. Braden let you guys know that when Lamric left, he took a large swath of his forces, and in doing so, he left a skeleton garrison. He knows that because he heard the orders. He can't verify it, but he hasn't seen any forces since they threw him in here except those that came to feed him. So having rested here, no one came. He let you know he's fed once a day. And so it's going to be up to you where you go from here.
Well, where to now? What's the plan?
Do you know if it is long until you will be fed again?
He estimates that it may be about 3 hours since before they bring him food. I didn't mention it in the recap, but he did offer to help you get to Zelargos, the closest civilization center, if you help him get out. No one formally agreed to it, but
I say we make that our plan.
It
Yeah.
seems like a good plan.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Let's do it then.
Alright. I will listen at the door.
and there is nothing you can hear on the other side.
Is the door locked?
The door is not locked, and as far as you can tell, the door has no traps that you can detect.
Okay. I'm going to open the door and go outside.
So, first thing you see when you open the door is the door opens into a large hall. The room you were just in had a ceiling about 10 feet above your head. It was a little taller around the gate because obviously the dais and the gate. But this room has a soaring hall up to 30, 40 feet. And there is a wall directly in front of you, 10 feet on the other side of the door. That wall extends almost all the way to the ceiling. So it's almost like a block of solid sandstone, maybe 5 feet from the ceiling. So there's a gap at the top. The wall itself is covered in an array of murals and bas reliefs. If you don't know what a bas relief is, it's not an oft used term. A bas relief is a mural that is carved. So if you were to walk up and put your hand on it, you can feel the raised carvings.
Is it of anything that I'm familiar with?
It's not something you're familiar with. If you'd like to try maybe a history, intelligence, religion, any type of check like that, you may be able to discern the meaning, but it will be a disadvantage because the mural and bas relief goes around the block, so you haven't seen the whole thing yet.
Okay.
Also note there's a set of double doors to the north and south, and the block stops about 10 feet from each of those doors and continues in blocky fashion. So far, what you can tell is it seems to suggest some type of worship of celestial beings. In what way? That's what you're seeing here is worship. For what reason? But that's what you got out of it.
I'm gonna go down here and peer around the door, or peer around the wall here, being as quiet as I can.
So I went ahead and included Kashoot in the party vision. I've been doing that a little more so you guys can see what she sees because it's presumed you guys are sharing this. So stepping around the massive mural, the mural does continue. So you find out essentially this is a 15-foot wide and 25 feet long rectangular block, murals all over it. And so as you step around it, you see another. The room is much longer. It's enormous vestibule that projects a sense of majesty, and it's definitely bygone majesty. It's faded, it's worn, but it's pretty large, especially for a desert style temple. There's columns of pillars and rows that run east to west that support the vaulted ceiling that actually goes up higher here in the center. The stone of the pillars is pretty stable, little cracks, nothing horrific. There's a series of ornate double doors. The ornate double doors are running along the north and south walls, and so there's multiple of them. There's also a pair of sandstone statues, one male, one female, standing in front of the mural. Together, they seem to be carved with the purpose of beckoning people deeper into the temple in a welcoming fashion towards one of the either towards the central mural if you walk between them, or one of the pathways around the mural to the north and or south.
Okay.
Real quick, who's active? Is it Mars or
Nope, Hazel.
Okay. Just want to make sure I had the right one on it.
Yep.
And Kazu's just looking at all the things. He finds it very neat.
So as you move towards the end, you see a entrance set of double doors. It's pretty obvious they're the entrance. In addition to that, you see two cages that are metal, and they appear to be spot welded. There's nothing in these cages, but there do appear to be cages.
Okay.
The doors are closed. As you are moving, though, all the double doors are closed except for the last or the closest set to the front on the north side.
I see it open already, so I will head up that way. See if I can see anything in there.
So as you take a look inside, you notice that inside of this room, inside of these double doors, partially open, leads to a long rectangular chamber that carries a pretty heavy scent of musk and animal as you get closer. And you get a familiar smell. And it seems to be familiar to you anyways, of war beasts. The floor is swept clean, save for the crumbled remains of some ancient furniture that's been kind of shoved towards the back of the wall, each piece seemingly ready to collapse. There's some gnawed bones on the floor. Seems to be maybe a little bit of a recent meal. There's two troughs, each large enough to feed a horse, stand on the north end. And there seem to be 4 war beasts sleeping, 2 in the back. I'm about to show them. I have to add them separately. So,
And these are the things that what's his name was writing, right?
yes, these are the things that what's his name was writing. They're very akin to wolves, but they're very powerful looking. You'd guess it's probably a hybrid between a wolf and a bear. And that being said, as you kind of peek inside Kashyyyt, you see that they have detected from the noise of everyone else moving around unstealthily that there are intruders, and they are skulking towards the door. So they
Whoops.
are up and prowling.
All right,
So-
I'm gonna back up and then look at everybody and kind of like shoo them away.
So everyone from here, roll initiative.
Everyone from where?
Everyone just roll initiative.
From
Oh,
this
okay.
point,
That was my fault. I understand the confusion. Let's see what Burner gets. Can I just roll her initiative? Nope. Apparently I can just delete her. Because why not, you know?
Delete who?
Andretta. I was trying to find an easy way to roll initiative. Alright.
Oh,
So, as you guys, Kashyyyt comes back, and essentially, I'm going to move these three up because they would have been around the group. Let me get them moved up here. Andretta, as she would have been up here, she takes a readied action as Kashyyyt, kind of reading Kashyyyt's body language, that it's probably not going to be something pleasant coming out. And she's going to take the action of Ray of Frost against the first hostile creature that comes out of the door.
Is this a door that Nalka can just pull close if they ran over there?
And it would probably require a strength check. You're not sure. You're guessing it would because the doors are so heavy, but it's definitely possible.
Alright, we're doing it. Nalka closes the door.
Now, mind you, there's two of them.
Zzz.
So if you want to, you can change. You can close one, but that would leave the other.
Oh,
if
really? That's
Yeah.
sad.
If
Alright,
you want to change your mind, that's fine. If you want to just close one, I need a strength check.
Nalka will prepare to hit one of the boys that is coming through the door then.
you can do it, Nalka.
I need to pull this up. Give me 1 second.
does what's his name get is he in the fight?
He's in the fight. He's just taking no action.
Not sure I approve of that.
Well, he hasn't been told to do anything.
You have to be told to defend yourself.
He hasn't been attacked.
I'm not talking about the robot.
Oh, that guy?
The guy that was in the cell, yeah.
He is. I just didn't roll initiative for him because I honestly
Oh.
forgot about his thing. He's blue, like Mars. You guys can't see them.
Oh,
So I make him green. That makes my life easier. His initiative is a 7, so you know he will eventually get a turn. So Nauka, you take a readied action to do what now?
Hit one of the war beasts as it comes through the door.
Okay. So you take a readied action to hit one of the war beasts as it comes through the door, having not quite seen it, but Kashyyyt kind of communicated it to you. Its stealth allows it to get right next to you before you actually make contact with it, and actually gets a bite at you before you recognize it.
Alright.
As his stealth check was 13, so it gets its attack first. But if you want to roll yours, since we're pretty sure it's not going to kill you.
Womp womp.
am I in range to? Oh wait, never mind. Nalka's the one. The one.
So the first thing it does is jump through the door, bite Nauka, and as before, it
They
has
throw it to
tell,
the ground.
some poison as it does bite you. You do get your attack, unfortunately, a natural one. And a ray of frost comes flying right over your shoulder, Nauka, but missing and hitting the door. So these creatures apparently at least are stealthy enough to sneak past Nauka's impressive perception.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So first and foremost, I'm going to step to in front of Hazel, essentially
nope.
blocking him. Oh,
That was
bye,
my
Hazel.
fault.
He's
Sorry
gone.
about that. Go back, Hazel. Go back.
No, let me run away.
Yeah, so I'm gonna step in front of Hazel, and then I'm gonna take a. Well, let's see here. I will do my bonus action to spend a spell slot, or not a spell slot, my wild shape, and go starry form to the archer. And then I believe I can do it on this turn. As a bonus action on your subsequent turns. Okay, so all my subsequent turns. And then on this turn, I guess I will do just to produce. Actually, let me double check this spell here. This is an action. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on the Cleven Orbeez that I can see there. Okay, okay. So that means he is now outlined in blue, green, or violet. Let's do blue to match my skin. He's now outlined in light. If it fails dexterity saving throw for the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. Any attack roll against affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it. And it
Nice.
can't be a benefit from being invisible. So that
And
is on Claven Orbeez number 12. 20-foot cube. Okay. Okay, that's a good point. Can I see any others? No, probably not, eh? So it'll just
No,
be
ma'am.
him. Okay. So yeah, it'll just be him then. And that'll be my turn for now.
Hazel will run away.
Run away.
and Hazel runs away.
And then he will cast sleep. 5d8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ha. 23 hit points. And yeah. Where's my center? There. That general area.
All right, so let's see. That general area. Is that I haven't seen sleep. I haven't actually read sleep in a bit. Affects hit points. I know that.
Yep. 20. I
And
only rolled 23. So if they all have higher than 23, then none of them go to sleep.
okay. So the first one, it's based on how much maximum life here.
Yeah, so whoever has the least amount, and then you subtract that from the total, and then it keeps going down.
23.
Yep.
All right. It doesn't affect the war beast you can see, but you feel that it has an effect on something.
Cool. We'll just remove that. And hold on, I just got to roll for my wild magic table. And we're good. Done.
What did that do?
Put something to sleep. I don't know.
So, Baden is now in possession of his mace, and he moves forward. He is not. He's not really a combat person, but by the gods, he'll give it a try.
Alrighty. Cash is going to take a step back. The only one that she can see.
That's the one with the fairy fire.
So advantage. Is that right, Tony?
It's automatic. Sorry, I was
Okay.
taking a drink.
You're okay. Alright. She will no, she's not gonna do that. Sorry. She's gonna move back up. Can I reach it from where I'm at?
Yes, you'll take a -2, not disadvantage.
Alright, she's gonna swing her rapier at it.
I think you poke with the rapier.
You can kind of like swing and poke.
Wouldn't that be a spoke?
It's a little more like a flourish.
Okay. So you spoke it.
Yes.
Very stylishly.
Dropping a 1. I'll take that.
Courtesy of Estrella.
Right. Okay. And then she's gonna stay where she's at.
Earthanis will fill the hole. This one already made an attack on Nalka, right?
It did.
I guess I'll just try and whack it then. And that'd be my turn.
Alrighty. Techno's gonna move a bit here. And he's gonna take his repeating shot crossbow and take aim and take a shot at this thing.
guys are hitting.
Ah,
Hooray!
The dice have been very understanding today.
heck yeah. Since I've already taken my action, I can't do anything else, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stand my ground and call it done.
I'm gonna step forward a little bit. I'm concerned about the teammates on the front lines. I'd like to be closer in case they need me to heal them. Move over here a bit.
You guys do get the impression that Brayden is a lot like my teenage son. Like he's running forward to help, but only like fast enough to make sure he's like the sixth person there. He's not. You can tell he's not wearing armor and probably not the most combat efficient person. The mace he's carrying is very nice and decorative.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wait for prepare an attack for anything that comes out.
All right, and Dretta is taking a look. Looks like you guys kind of cornered a beast. She's gonna move forward. She doesn't have any major magic that she can employ, so she'll take another readied action.
Nalka's gonna close the door now this time. Strength check.
Strength check, please.
Athletics.
Sure, we'll take it.
Woohoo! There it is. Woohoo!
Yay!
I've asked this a couple hundred times and I never will remember. You guys cannot see the line of sight, can you?
What do you mean?
All the lines on the screen right now?
No.
Nope.
I can see a bunch of lines.
If I mouse over, I can see where like the door close thing is, but I don't see any lines.
Oh, do you mean like the lines that
lights?
draw that line of sight?
Yes.
You see shadows.
Oh, no.
No.
This is I'll send it in Discord, but this is
I see only darkness.
this is what it looks like from the DM's point of view.
No, we don't see
That's-
that.
No, yeah, no.
No, I don't see
Now
that.
we know where the dogs are. No.
Yeah, you already knew that.
All right, and that's it. Unless they can close both doors.
You cannot. I hit the button on accident when you said that's it.
Real quick question though. Theoretically, on my next turn, could I close the other door?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right.
And the reason why it didn't matter is because the war beasts, as you start to close the door, begin moving out. And the first thing it is going to do is attempt to shove Arthanis.
That's kind of
Yes.
rude.
You know what? I don't disagree that it's rude, but here we are. So it's going to do its shove, and what that looks like for you is it's going to make a athletics check, and you get to oppose it by an acrobatics or athletics as you see fit. So you can pick one, and it's going to roll right now.
And I do my ready to attack in a second.
Yes, you can do it right now.
Okay.
I honestly forgot about it. I'm glad you remembered.
So,
You
well,
firebolt, you hit the door, and it tries to shove Arthanis and fails. And let me fix that. What was the initiative? 11.
didn't Andrada have a...
She
Ready
did.
to attack.
I got to get This fellow swapped out. He is there. Bye, Hazel.
Hazel, come back.
Hazel, come back. And Dreda is able to see the beast, and she is able to attack with her Ray of Frost, shooting at the creature. And missing, though I didn't apply the -2. And that's all the creature can do. Estrella, another war beast.
Yeah, okay. First and foremost, let's do this. I'm gonna run over to here. And I'm gonna use my interaction to just yell at him and go, "No, you give him back!" And then I'll turn I'll throw a hand behind me at the war beast that just appeared, and throw the arrow, my starry arrow. Oh,
Ooh.
fuck yes.
Very nice.
I like that she's running forward, trying to calm Mars. She's like, no, we're calm. Fuck you. Throw an arrow through its fucking eye.
And then as my action, I will cast Produce Flame on it as well. Oh, so fucking close. Okay, yeah, and then I use the rest of just like my interaction to just like try and calm Mars back into Hazel.
Because we like Hazel.
Um, I don't know. Would you think that constitute a?
Don't put
Check.
me in this.
I'll say disadvantage because of mid transition. We'll say that.
Put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh, then he fails. So yeah, he goes back to Hazel.
Yeah.
Hooray!
When me and Tanner were discussing this at the beginning of the game, we were trying to write the system out, wondering how long it would take the party to adjust and try to, keep the one they want at any given period. Because there might be times when you want Mars.
Yeah, you might want that hardcore guy with all the really nasty spells.
Ah,
And Hazel's just gonna be like coming back, just kind of confused, not really knowing what the fuck's going on. Just
Keeps
nearly
running.
fainted, then came back like, what? Firebolt!
He needs hugs.
Drag that. There you go.
Bye.
And with that, he will end his turn.
and another war beast steps into the area, and another war beast attacks. This time, not even making the effort to shove Arthanis, just going full fang bite.
Ow. Yeah, big ow, big ow.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh.
I don't see his the war beast token, Tony.
Sorry about that. He was hidden behind the dough. And the Constitution saving throw. I'm in. So for that, the poison's going to be all part of the same attack. So let me check that. What's your max life? 18, I'm guessing still.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously damage. So you guys know how that's calculated because it could be a factor later. It's not a factor now because it's all one attack. The damage exceeds by 3 that dropped him, and then I add that 4 on. So the damage exceeded by 7. If you're dropped and the damage exceeded by more than your maximum life, it can kill you. His max
Yeah,
life is 18, so no issue there.
that would have instantly killed Hazel.
Yep.
So that's how that works. And the war beast barrels through after tearing through Arthanis, dropping him, and charges at the next softest target, which is Baden, who screams and swings his mace. And unintentionally, though he has pack tactics, which gives him the advantage of fighting with other people, he screams and hits the creature in the eye with his mace before turning and trying to get closer to Nauka, but not fleeing,
All right.
trying to kind of solid up.
Shoot will step down here,
Approved.
and since the war beast is focused on Baden, she will swing her or attempt to thrust her rapier into the back of the war beast's neck.
Very thrusty.
Very thrusty. That sucks.
Too thrusty.
Or not thrusty enough.
You know, it could go either way. You got to get the point is you got to get the appropriate amount of thrust is the moral of the story.
The point is.
And now we have officially.
Wait.
What are we 48 minutes into this game and we are officially demonetized. Arthanis is bleeding less than he could be.
Oh, I didn't. Thing was muted. Yeah, I was just saying I didn't like the idea of being relatively close to that Claven War Beast today, so I'm just gonna kind of like run up to the wall here, and I don't like the look of that circle.
It's nothing to do with you guys. I'm measuring something.
I'm just gonna take another shot at this thing. And
There's more discreet ways to do it, but I'm also lazy, so.
all right. Well, so long as I didn't hit anybody with the friend, and all that.
Okay. Let's see.
Hey, just out of curiosity, how long does poison last anyway?
It should be gone.
Okay.
That if it's not, that's my fault.
Yeah, it's still showing up as poisoned. I would have thought that would have been.
It was 8 hours. You took a long rest.
Okay. Should I go ahead and roll that shot again, or should I just?
Yeah, go ahead and roll that shot again. I'm gonna move Kazu.
Yeah.
While he's rolling that shot again, Estrella, what happened to your vision?
Okay, it doesn't matter. Still missed anyway.
Okay. Making my way towards Arthanis and. I don't know, can I get closer to him?
You can.
Okay. And I would like to cure wounds. Okay. There we go.
1 1 second. Estrella, did you lose the ability to see the map?
No, she's good.
Okay. All right. Andretta is more than happy to get involved in this and move around here with a little bit of shocking grasps. She likes shocking. And she electrocutes this war beast. Not a lot, but you know, just enough to give him the tingles.
A little tiny bit. Nalka closes the other door. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Tyler is on her way. Had to step away for but a moment.
It do be happening.
I assume she's gonna cast Thunderwave as per normal.
Run up into the middle of the group and cast Thunderwave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, don't. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Bonus action. Starry arrow. Okay. Action. Produce flame.
Yay.
Um. Okay, that's it.
Hazel will run into the corner, yelling, I don't know what's happening to me. I'm so confused. Just go away. And he'll cast Firebolt. And miss. Because he's so hysterical.
No.
All right, the war beast is beastie, and he's pretty much trapped, and he's pissed about it. It turns multiple directions and lashes out in any random direction it can as it's surrounded. Its back is against the wall, and it lashes out at Nauka by random generation of number detection, and it scores a solid hit on Nauka, biting them and leaving that poison. But
Try.
he tries. They resist the poison. And Baden swings that little decorative mace and scores another hit. Probably most events or most action this mace has seen in a long time.
All right. She's just gonna try the thrusting thing again here. And get the same result.
Not enough thrust. At Arthanis, I'm removing prone from you.
Yep, I will stand up. Thank you.
Will the real Arthanis please stand up?
And I will vomit my spaghetti all over my sweater already, and then I guess take an attack on him.
You know, an animal backed into a corner is apparently really hard to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. And that's gonna be my turn.
Alright, I want to test a little something. Actually, go ahead and I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going the firebolt on him. That's still a miss, but okay. Wanted to check if +5 um, applied to both my firebolt and my crossbow. Alright, that's all I wanted to know.
That previous mention about the dice helping you guys out, I'd like to retract that.
Yes, please.
Dice giveth, the dice taketh away.
Indeed, they do.
Gotcha.
I just like to point out that I was able to miss at range, and yet Kazu still manages to do it from practically just point blank.
Right in the face.
It only has 1 life, and so that will kill it.
Hooray.
It was at 1 HP the whole time.
The whole time
tracks.
all of you were missing.
Oh, that fucking tracks.
That being said, the last visible creature dies.
Nelka keeps trying to close the door until they close the door.
And you succeed.
Haha.
Here you go. Have some
I take 10 to close the door.
potion.
I put something to sleep in there, but I don't know what.
There you go.
Seems like a
Probably
not
just
lot.
another one of those.
So there are
Take
some things still asleep in there.
From what I understand, but I don't know.
Can we hear anything like trying to break down the door or trying to get through?
There's nothing violent on the other side.
Or breathing heavy.
Nothing that you can hear.
How long do they stay asleep? 1 minute.
Here.
Well, let's open the door real quick. I'll peek in, and then we can close it.
Nelka slowly pushes the door open.
Okay.
All right,
You
Kashuda will walk
see
in.
You see a war beast. It looks like it fell down mid-run.
Okay. Is coup de grace still a thing? Can we?
If you hit it, it's going to be an instant critical, but it's going to wake it up. But for all intents and purposes, it would be a coup de grace. So, if that's what you're intending to do for
Yeah.
expeditiousness,
Yeah.
if it had a lot of hit points, I'm not going to let you coup de grace anything, but it doesn't have a lot of hit points, so
Has less than 23.
Can I roll and see what I would have gotten?
you can. Do you know how to give yourself an auto critical?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Can you put it back on there?
You don't need it. You can just roll critical. I'd have to re-add them all, but I will if you really want to.
No, it's fine.
He had 12 life.
Hot dog.
Dead
Or should I
dog.
have said dead dog? Ah, damn it.
All right. Kashuda will walk out and attempt to close the door behind her.
Noted.
Does Nelka need another potion?
It wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Hooray.
Holy, how many of those do you have?
Well, now I'm down to 2.
What?
Kazu came prepared.
Apparently.
Do we think there's anything in value in there other than these beasts?
I guess we could go back in and check.
The threat is gone, right?
Yes.
So you look around the room, you don't see anything of tremendous value. It's mostly just feeding. The one thing that does stand out to you, Keshut, is there is a unique military harness for these creatures, and it's pretty well crafted. It's probably worth quite a bit of gold, you know, for you.
Like a saddle kind of harness.
Correct.
All right. How heavy is it?
So you walk over, you kind of pick it up. It's 30 pounds. But as I said, it's pretty nice. It's probably worth 1 or 2 dozen gold.
Hey, Tony.
Kitty.
For some reason on the item, the spurs, you have it listed that each one weighs 18 pounds.
Well, let me correct you. The people who converted this, for the record, there's 8 adventures in this campaign. The first 3 have been converted. I have them. I didn't convert them. I'm trying to go through them and catch all the errors, but I haven't caught them all. So let me fix that. Next to Spurs weight, it should be 0.05. So it should match the arrows. So if you have Spurs on your sheet,
Yeah, it's
change
fixed
the
now.
weight.
You already
Yeah.
did.
If anybody else has weight, it should be 0.05.
Yeah, it's fixed now. Okay, I can carry the the saddle, I guess. Is there any way I can like strap it so like it's hanging off my back or something?
You can strap it any way you want, but it isn't going to change the weight. But if you wanted, hypothetically to be ridden, that's something you can take up. With 10
No,
gold.
no, no. I don't want to be ridden.
I'm not judging you. You live your best life.
I just want it so that it's not some bulky object that, I'm having to lug around so that it's just like on there.
Noted. Yes, you can.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that encounter didn't alert the guards that were still here to our presence.
Ooh, a saddle. That'll come in handy. We do have that horse on that cloth thing.
We have a horse.
Oh yeah, who has that?
Cloak.
The cloak of many things or whatever it is.
Oh.
Useful
There's a
items
horse.
or whatever it is.
There's a horse patch.
I remember that now.
I forgot about that.
So did I, to be perfectly honest.
We haven't had to need it yet.
Anyone listen to the other side of the door and search the door for traps.
There is nothing that you hear on the other side that's at all or that is concerning, and there are no traps that you can
Okay.
detect.
I will open the door.
On the other side of the door, what you find is a stairway going down and a very old, collapsed hallway. It looks, based on the dust, probably a couple decades at least.
I'll give it a once over. Run my hand along the walls. Look through the rubble a little bit.
There is nothing you can detect in terms of imperfections or anything noticeable.
Alrighty.
Presuming everyone's getting the music.
I hear it.
If you miss it, here's a good test cackle.
Huh.
Yep.
I hear, the,
Very good. Very good.
I hear the cackle, but not the music. How strange.
It's actually
Yeah.
it was technically wind, and it's very
Ah.
weird music. Here's some music for you. Coming on.
Same thing, Tony. Listening for sounds. Checking
Again, you
for
hear
traps.
silence, and there are no traps that you can detect. So
I will open the door.
inside of this room, there are 4 immense pillars, 5 feet and 4.5 feet in diameter, standing in the corners of this room. Each one decorated with patterns of stars outlined in unusual constellations. Shelves line every wall except the one you're coming through. But any book that was stored here either deteriorated over decades, possibly centuries. There's some debris, nothing that would impede your movement. As a result, there are several footprints along the floor passing among the broken things, discarded stone tablets, unsealed steel or scroll tubes, things that have been opened. I will remind you, your last check on the mural was only at disadvantage. You didn't get the full story. I'm not saying there's something more. I just didn't want you to forget.
Appreciate that.
So it's pretty clearly a library.
All right. I will give the room a check. Kind of look through the bookshelves, look around the columns, see if any of the bookshelves can be moved, that kind of thing.
So with that, you take a look around, but there's nothing that you detect in terms of hidden compartments or secrets.
Not even remotely perceptive today.
So there is nothing that you can detect there.
Okay. No traps I can detect either.
Nope. No sound, no traps.
I will give the door an open, a push or a pull, whichever way.
It would be a push. So inside this room, you find rubble covers a lot of the floor. It's pretty lightly rubble. Exactly. Lift from the bottom. Most of the rubble's been cleared away. There's 2 metal cages. Again, they're spot welded in some alcoves. The air here is musty with heaps of sawdust and piles. Looks like they made some effort to clean up. The doors you're coming through obviously are an exit, but there's also a door to the west.
Nothing in here though.
No. Just 2 empty cages.
And that door to the west down there is open.
It is closed. It shouldn't be open, but it's
Oh.
unlocked and untrapped. So let's just
I'm
say it's open.
okay. I'm starting to get line of sight in there, so
You
just
are.
check.
There's
Okay.
nothing of concern there.
All right. I will go up to the door here, open it, look inside if it's closed or closed.
So inside you see a kitchen, essentially, or a pantry would be more accurate. Several crates and barrels filled with dried salts, meats, water, and long-lasting provisions. I'm not following his token around because I'm managing, but Baden basically tells you this is the supplies they've been bringing. It's long-lasting food.
Okay. Is that a doorway that's open?
It is. It's just an additional little storage room.
Larder. Okay. Well, I say we stock up on supplies now. Let's get what we can carry to make it to.
No arguments here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yay, time to hoard. Are there any more healing potions?
There are not. So taking stock, there's roughly what you would estimate to be about somewhere between 75 and 100 trail rations in here. So if you guys want to take trail rations, I don't generally track them to an extreme degree. I don't think it necessarily adds to the game. If you find yourself in a position where you're traveling through the desert, hypothetically, and you need to track food, then I'll track it. I don't foresee that being something that's coming up. Out of the Abyss, for example, I'm going to track the hell out of it because it's an integral part of the game. If you want to take some stock up on food, great. I wouldn't weigh yourself down with it, is the point I'm making. 10 is a good rule of thumb.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough here for everybody to take 10 days worth.
So I'm just going to put all 100 on the party sheet. Take how many you want.
I'm definitely taking 10, so you can put 90 on the
Okay.
party sheet.
Nalka already has 10 food.
Yeah, I do too.
I try to view things when I approach them as what adds to the game versus takes away from the game.
I haven't eaten any of my rations yet.
All right. So that's all we got going on in there. We'll give the next room a listen. Listen.
There are no traps you can detect and no sounds you can hear beyond a very quiet, soft sound of moving liquid, but it sounds muffled, possibly
Okay.
because of the door.
Open it up.
So inside, you see two large wooden tubs sitting off to the sides of the room. They're fashioned like the giant vats you saw back in the prison. They're large enough to hold a human-sized creature, and behind them stands box-like contraptions with shelves of alchemical equipment, not supplies, but equipment, and the tubing that has the liquid being cycled through the chamber. The vats are full of the same greenish chemical, and the coppery scent permeates this air that you smelled back in the prison vat room. The rest of the room is covered in dust and that's been kind of swept into the corners.
Are there people in the chambers?
The liquid is opaque as far as you can tell.
Oh, so we can't see inside.
That is correct.
And they're completely sealed.
The chambers are, but the vats that have the tubes going into them are open on top.
Is there a console or panel on either one?
There is not.
There's some more of these container things that had people in them before. Can't see inside them though.
Makes you wonder what that's about, eh?
Is there any way to drain the chambers
I mean, you can punch a hole in it.
besides doing that?
That's up to you. How do you want to try and
Yeah.
drain the? It's thick, but it's not like pudding thick.
I meant like, is there a release valve or type of thing where it like drains it?
There is not.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll leave it.
We do have two of them. We could just try to break one. Would be pretty funny.
Unless there's a person in there and they need that to survive.
Would be pretty funny.
Nelka, no.
There are nothing you can detect in terms of sound, and there are no traps that you can detect.
Okay. Give the door an open. A push.
All right. 4 stone slabs extend from the east and western walls of this chamber, staggered, with a clear path running between them. There's a small shrine at the very back. It's not depicted. In the corner, or against the southern wall there, with stone bowls. Some are filled with water, resting on the floor, as well as a collection of tools and things like that.
And what are these? You said they're stone pillars?
These are stone slabs.
Slabs.
They do appear to have been used as beds recently.
Do they resemble? Ooh. Do they resemble sarcophagi or anything like that?
No, just
They're solid.
solid.
That can't have been a comfortable sleep.
I'll go up to the shrine.
Hmm.
Gonna jump on one of the beds.
No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
So the shrine resembles a similar creature to the statues and the creatures being worshipped in the part of the mural you've taken a look at. Also for the shrine.
Yeah.
So you notice two things. First, the shrine's been defaced. It has a symbol carved into it. The symbol immediately is recognized by the same symbol worn by the spellcaster / leader of the attack force that came through the portal into the prison. He was using a holy symbol to cast magic. He apparently carved his religious symbol, or someone who shared his religion carved it into the shrine. And second, in addition to that, you find a false bottom on the stand that the little shrine is built onto that slides back, and it appears, as far as you can tell, to have not been seen or moved in probably years.
Okay. I'll slide it back.
Okay.
Oh,
And a trap goes off. I'm just kidding.
It's a bugbear.
So inside you find a small pouch.
Okay. I'll pull the pouch out
hmm
and open it up.
Okay. Inside you find 3 vials, 2 clearly potions of healing that you are familiar with because you've seen them, and the other an elixir of health because you've also seen that. And in addition to that, you find 4 small but not insignificant diamonds.
Hooray!
I said 4, I meant 5. That was my fault. And so this
Are we talking ring size, pendant size?
100 gold piece size. Draw your own illusion or imagination.
so that's 500 gold worth of diamonds right there. That's good.
I'll hold up the potions of healing. Hey, Kazu,
Jump, jump, jump. Yes?
found some more potions of healing.
I put it all
Oh.
on the sheet so you can gank them
Okay.
from there.
That's fine. All right.
Oh, nice. Jump, jump, jump.
All right. I guess it's time for the big door. Oh, actually, I want to go reinvestigate the statues and this side of the mural.
Okay.
That is for the statues. And then that is for the mural.
So, taking a look over the whole mural and the statues, you guys get the impression that in the mural there is a group of indigenous life forms to this area. They're worshiping creatures that they see as vastly superior to them, divine star spirits or sky people, call it what you want, but they clearly look at them as a higher being. This higher being guided their culture through, from what you can tell based on, the mural showing the depiction of building of cities, centuries, eons, millennia, and the technology. And it starts and goes all the way around. Starts in terms of sticks and discovering fire, all the way up to uh, projectile weapons such as bow and arrow, and then eventually things like the spur rifle. Then it towards the last quarter, I suppose, it depicts the creation of these clear and obvious gates that are that you just came through to other worlds, and it the last quarter doesn't depict the same type of indigenous peoples as through the majority of it, as if the sky spirits built these gates, departed this world, and are then shown mentoring other cultures and races. The statues are of vague, non-specific, like there's not a lot of detail in the faces of sky spirit male, sky spirit female. It's definitely a benevolent parental relationship.
Interesting. All right. Well, say we see about getting out of here.
So there is the sound of voices on the other side of this door as you get close. The door is locked.
All right. I will hold a finger up to my mouth and turn toward the party and motion for everyone to be to be quiet.
Sorry, I just had a thought of Hazel asking people to be quiet mid transition into Mars. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
None of us really notice, apparently.
Alka just stomping around with their barbarian strength.
I'm
It's
gonna
true.
hit to stealthily unlock the door.
Duly noted. You successfully unlock the door. You are very impressed by the fact that this door had a extremely mechanical advanced lock, given the primitiveness of this temple so far. It's very reverent, and the locking mechanism was quite impressive. But you do manage to do it with a 20, barely.
I'll go up to the group. So there are definitely people on the other side of this door. I've unlocked the door, but this is the only way out that we know of. So just
Well,
be prepared.
I mean, I have one idea, but it's not ideal. Those stairs, if you gave me like overnight, I could probably use earth tremor and make the stones fall away. It's not the safest thing to do, but it could potentially open up a new path for us if we don't want to go this way.
Baden is being fed in under 3 hours.
Yeah, we have less than 3 hours.
Should some of us put the potions of healing in our inventory just in case then?
Yes.
What if I put this bear trap on the other side of the door so if someone comes through, they step on it? Alka has apparently been carrying a bear trap this entire time.
Not a bad idea. If you set it down, I'm sure I can arm it. If you're unfamiliar with arming them.
It's okay. Nelka puts the trap in front of the door.
Does the door open inwards towards us or the other way, Tony?
It opens inward towards you.
Okay, so that would just push the trap out of the way. Maybe just a couple steps outside the door then.
Easy. Everyone ready?
I am.
Yes.
I turn and I look at Hazel before I say I'm ready.
Are you ready, kids?
I'm not ready.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll cast armor with that. I get to summon myself real quick.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
get my one of my first spell slots back. Using my sorcery points.
Noted.
Are the cage stable enough to stand on?
Probably.
All right, I'm gonna
Depending on how
climb
much
on.
you had for dinner.
Fair enough. I'm gonna climb on top
Okay.
and arm my spur rifle and fire at the first what you call them that comes through the door. What are those things called? Claven?
Clavin.
You could all set up to shoot at Clavin as I open the door.
That's my plan.
Shoot the first Clavin that comes on through.
That's a hint for the rest of you to
Oh.
say I take a ready action
Oh,
to
re-
shoot
oh,
the first
Okay,
Clavin I see.
take ready
Oh,
action.
ready.
Okay,
Hold on,
fine.
hold
All
on.
right.
Typing out a message. Jeez Louise.
God. Overbearing Nalka.
Tony, I'd like to
Just
take a
don't
ready
want
to
to die.
action. When the door opens up and Claven walks through, I'd like to shoot Nalka.
No.
No. No, don't shoot
Sorry, I
him.
mean the Claven. My bad. Sorry.
I will also take a ready to action to do produce flame. Jeez
Fire.
Louise.
Hazel will take a ready to action to cower.
Haha.
Yeah.
You can try.
Oh my god.
What is my AC? What the fuck? Aha.
Hey, I didn't do that.
The DM did that.
All right. Nalka will do the beast hide form quickly, get some temporary hit points and bonus AC, and then open the door.
All right.
Can I do both
So-
or just the one?
It's up to you.
All right, we'll do just the one. Boop. The north one.
There you go. So as you throw open the door, you are hit in the face with light flooding in from the outside. You can, if you can see outside, there are an abundance of winds blasting in, sand sweeping in from a desert landscape on the outside, very obviously, as well as heat that, fresh heat. It's obviously hot in here, but the wind sweeps up. The noise is much louder. With that, you see a group of people in the foyer. The doors on the other side are obviously open. In this central area, there are twin pillars that flank a set of stone doors, the ones you're opening and the ones across that are matching. Both of them are inscribed, from what you can see on the inside, with constellations of stars that aren't familiar with you and images of tall, graceful humanoids with smooth, indistinct features similar to the bas relief murals and the statues. The engravings are all over the doors as well as the walls. And someone definitely took a tremendous amount of effort to carve these out. On the other side of the doors, you see a group of human-ish humanoids, similar to desert nomads. And give me an intelligence check from Kashoot and Arthanis and Nauka. You can do investigation if you want.
All right, let's see. Hey, Nalka's pretty smart. I forgot about that.
Yay.
Kashoot, they just look like humanoids. They're not Claven, so you don't fire. But Arthanis and Nauka, you recognize at least one of them has a very, very similar resemblance to Baden, as well, in race, and the leader having similar to
Here we go.
features, possibly related. Now, as everything kind of calms down, it becomes apparent to you that the foyer is covered with 6 dead Claven, as well as 2 injured humanoids. There seems to have been a battle here recently. As the door opens, they turn towards you, and they say, "We'll discuss this next week." And we're going to spend the rest of the game leveling to
Oh.
level 3.
Woo!
Maybe. Ooh, maybe.
Level 3.
Praise-o-meter. Jesus.
I was about to say
Everyone
that's an odd
shoot.
thing for them to say, for them to just walk in and say, "We'll discuss this
Right.
next week."
They do.
Everyone shoot the bodies. It's the only way to be sure. Oh,
Too
Yeah, I
bad we
mean,
filled a lot of these plot holes on episode 15.
exactly. If anybody is wondering, I try to cover some of this stuff. I know some of you have been playing on Fantasy Grounds for a long time, but if anybody's wondering what the DM screen looks like that. Not for me personally. That's why it takes me a while to get a lot done. When you guys say something and I gotta sort through all that fucking shit.
Holy smokes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys found almost everything. The only thing you missed in here was in the library. There was a secret compartment.
Oh.
Bad panda.
Inside, there was a trap on it, but inside was a spell book and a wand.
Bad panda.
Oh.
that's not so bad.
Well, it depends what the wand was.
The
That's not
Wand
so
of
bad.
Secrets.
Oh, man.
3
That's not so
charges while holding it. Expend 1 charge, and it shows you if there's a secret door or trap within 30 feet.
Man, that would have been pretty useful.
Oh, suddenly we need to turn around and go back.
Yeah.
We could have known all the secrets.
So, leveling up. I'm generally go down the list, make sure everybody, I just start left to right. Techno, looks like you're already level 3. Do you have anything on the Artificer that you need help with? Looks like you get Artificer Specialist and the
Yep.
right tool for the job.
So what exactly does that do?
I probably can shut off the winds.
Okay, well, artificial specialist. Choose what type of specialist you are. I'm definitely going artillerist,
Okay.
because that gives me an eldritch cannon. And I've been waiting for this because now I can make myself a little mini burner if I want to.
Hey, Burner gets a little brother.
And you learn
Or
how to
sister.
produce tools that you need. You can create 1 set of artisan tools with 1 hour of uninterrupted work.
Yep, you learn to produce exactly the tool you need. For artisan's tools, magically set of artisan's tools in occupied space. Yeah.
You also gain 2 spells
Yes.
and Eldritch Cannon. Do you want me to add them to your sheet?
Please
or
do.
you have? Okay. So you now have Shield.
Yep.
And as far as Artillerist goes, how does that work? Do you guys memorize spells, or is it like a sorcerer?
So artillerist is that you always have certain spells prepared after you reach particular levels. These skills count as artificer spells, but they don't count against the number of artificer spells you prepare. So,
Got it. So I put them on prepare. Do you know how shield works? It's a bonus action.
Yeah, it's a bonus. Yeah, you get a +5 bonus to AC, including the triggering attack. You take damage from magic missile. So that's gonna
We'll
be.
sort out the Eldritch
That's so cool.
canon. And you read over it. I will read over it. Remind me in the next week, and we'll get that sorted out, and I'll create it.
Not only do I get shield, I also get Thunderwave, so I also get to zap people. Really
You
by
do.
accident.
Yay!
Well, that was DM error, not her error. But Nauka,
Point
Barbarian,
still stands.
Primal Path.
Yes,
do-
I loaded my class before I didn't realize I didn't have my books loaded, so I'm just adding the Path of the Zealot features.
Got it. Do take your time choosing your specialty in your subclass. If you are a class, most classes get it at 3. So, but do take your time. Where I dedicated the last bit of this game specifically for that purpose is because subclass is a big deal. Mars, you obviously have already picked your subclasses as appropriate because the sorcerer picks at level 1, and it looks like you get meta magic.
Yep. I guess I just have to write it down, I guess, which ones I'm picking for each guy.
You do.
Yep.
Let's see. Kazu.
Yeah.
I know you were originally planning on Alchemist. Do you still want to go in that direction?
The apocalypse. I can't talk.
English is hard.
Yeah, I know. The guy who makes potions.
Alchemist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Apothecary.
gotcha. So, what you will want to do is, I'm sending this to you. It should pop up on your screen if you don't have it up already. You'll want to
Let's
grab
see.
that. I don't know what that symbol is. The little green and blue symbol at the very top left to the left of the title Artificer.
Yeah.
Left click and drag that and drop it on the main tab of your character sheet.
Oops, I have to move it over so it's not covering.
And once you drop it, you should get a couple pop-ups.
Oh, Alchemist. Here we go.
So you'll want to pick Alchemist.
Yep. Gotcha.
Once you do, you probably got a check mark you'll need to click.
Already did.
All right, so it looks like
Yeah.
it leveled you up with no issue in terms of that. You gain tool proficiencies, which should be done already. And you gain 2 new spells if you don't already have them: Healing Word and Ray of Sickness.
Yay!
So I'm gonna mess. Do you have Healing Word? You do not. So
Oh.
I'm putting them on your sheet now.
Oh, thank
So
you.
what I usually do, I usually will put something like a -A for players that are kind of getting used to it. If you look on the action tab, Healing Word and Ray of Sickness have a -A next to them, and that's just kind of to mark it as an artifice or alchemist spell. That way,
Okay.
those don't count towards the spells you have memorized. So you should have, see, what is it? Intelligence plus proficiency spells, I think, or something like that. I'll have to look it up, but
Yeah,
those
I
don't
think so,
count
yeah.
towards those. Is the
Okay.
moral of that story. And the big one you're going to have to look at is elixirs. So
Okay.
when you finish a long rest, at the end of your long rest, you can essentially produce an elixir, and you will roll on it. You roll on the table, and for what it does when triggered, it's triggered when someone drinks it, and they drink it, or it's administered to somebody. And so basically what it is it's a random effect.
Oh. Okay.
So I'll take a look into that a little more before our next game. You don't necessarily have to look into it right now. Everything is on
Yeah.
your sheet that needs to be on your sheet. And you also gain the ability to create the alchemist's tool.
Hooray.
Kashoot, rogue level 3. I'm taking a shot in the dark. You got that one under control.
Yeah.
30, 32 years of D&D. Sorcerer, Hazel. Do you have any issues with the meta magic?
Nope. Good. Taking them out.
Estrella.
Yeah, so I'm missing at least 2 spells
Mm-hmm.
from the druid spell list that I wasn't
Okay.
able to add to myself. So I don't know how to do that myself. Like I can add item, but then I have to like type in the whole friggin' thing.
We're not doing it. That's not necessary.
No.
What are the spells?
So there's a spell called augury. Fuck it, I don't know. It's a second level divination ritual spell, and it basically gives me like a an omen from an otherworldly entity from the player's handbook.
And I narrowed that down for you a little bit. So let me see if I can find augury.
I typed it in the chat just in case. And then I want to double check.
You said you want it from the player's handbook. Here's augury. What other spells we missing?
Continual flame.
Okay, it's a nice one.
Yeah, and then enlarge and reduce was another one. Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of like going down my list now to make sure I have it all.
Hey, Nalka can do divine smites too. Sorry.
No, all good. I should also have summon beast, even though it's from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. But that's where my subclass is from, so I would assume I would have it.
You will.
And I think that's it, because Wither and Bloom is from Strixhaven, and I don't think I get that in my class. So.
Is it included?
Uh,
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so I added the last one, summon beast, so they're
Yeah.
all on there.
Okay, perfect.
So for the level 3 druid, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. You've already picked your subclass, I believe. So it's
Yeah,
druid.
level 2.
Yeah. So you don't have any other changes except, of course, your spell slots, which should now be no 2 cantrips and then 4, 1, and 2, 2, which looks accurate. Okay. Arthanis, what is it I can help you with, if anything?
I think I'm good to go, except I'm just noting on my character sheet, it only identifies I only have the 1 spell slot for Warlock,
Mm-hmm.
but now I should have 2 additional spell slots for Paladin.
Mm-hmm. So multi-classing with a warlock is a shit show.
No.
Not necessarily in a bad way, just in a way that I'm going to need to look at. So I'm going to postpone the answer. I'm going to research it, fix it, and we'll have it ready for you by next game. So between
That sounds
now
good.
and next
Sounds good.
game, I need to do Techno's Critter. I need to take a look at Kazu's elixirs. Estrella, you're good. Hazel, and Arthanis' thing. So I'll take care of that. Something I want you guys to start mentally preparing yourself for. For next game, is going to be a large transition from so far, a little bit, the first couple games with the town and so forth, exploration, mystery solving, things of that nature, and to waking up in prison, fighting your way out, trying to explore, coming through a portal to here. We're going to transition from combat heavy into social interaction. You guys will be moving into towns, cities. There will be selling things, buying things. So if you are looking for equipment for your character, better armor, better weapons, that's something you're going to want to look into, to kind of think about, because you guys are going to have a plethora of things that you have now picked up, are going to want to sell, identify magic items, sell them, buy yourself new armor, new weapons, things of that nature, re-equip yourself, as well as social interactions. It is not always it's just dependent on how the story goes. Sometimes some characters are talking more than others, as well as other storyline interactions. There will be a game or two when while we transition. I am going to start talking with you guys about downtime activities. We're not there yet. It is upcoming. You are in the second module. The first module, Assimilation Strain, is kind of a prequel. It's not a long one. You're in the second module, which has 3 parts. This prison and temple was part 1. You're going into part 2. So downtime activities are coming up. They're just not, it'll be quite a while, but it is something that is on the horizon. Last but not least, when you guys do hit level 4, you will be looking at ability score increases or a feat. You'll be able to pick a feat or pick your ability score increase. Feats are a big deal. Think about it ahead of time. So that's all I got for you, though.
Hey, Tony.
Yes, ma'am.
I just realized part of my circle, I don't have guidance. I should have that as a cantrip.
Okay.
And I have guiding bolt as a first level spell.
Can give you both of those. Here is the guidance cantrip. And you said guiding bolt. It's a fantastic spell, by the way.
Yeah. And I have it prepared always. It counts as a druid spell, but it doesn't count against the number of spells I can have prepared. And I can cast it without using a spell slot equal to my proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I typically will put a -C for circle or -A. So I put that on there and I made it memorized.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Oh, there we go. Hope you
I
guys
I have a
have a good
question
one.
real quick.
Hit me. I'm not going anywhere.
Can I twin spell Chaos Bolt?
So it's been a while. Which character? Mars?
Mars.
Shocker. So
No.
Metamagic Twin Spell. I don't know a lot about Chaos Bolt.
It has a single target to begin with, and then you have a chance of getting an additional target. But I figure because it's an initial single target, then it should be able to.
Let me get back to you on that. It may be allowed, but it may not allow the expansion.
Okay. That's fair.
I'll have
And
to
then
look into it.
yeah, and then I already know the other ones he can't anyways.
Oh, I'll be here all night, guys. Well, at least for a few hours. If anybody has any follow-up questions, please feel free to let me know. Have a good week. Looks like Malachi's running.
Haha, I'm already out.
Ready out.
Leveling up a barbarian is really easy.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
so
fair.
easy. So damn easy.
Well done, guys.
I was trying to miss it.
GG, y'all.
Yeah,
GG.
GG everybody.
Good game.
my
GG.
friends.
Have a
Good
good
game.
week.
See y'all next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.
See you next time.
There,
Bye.
guys.
Ooh, Blair.